In this video, I will show you how we can turn this basic red leather material and turn it into a basic fabric material. The link to download the canvas image textures is in the video description. Download it and then also put it into the textures folder for this project, so it all stays together. Let's take a look at our material node here. And hopefully with this demonstration I'm going to show you, you will start noticing that literally these steps are always the same. That's the beauty of it. I agree, this is a little bit foreign when you start fresh with it and you never saw this, but you will see that plastic, wood, leather, and soon fabric, this is all just the same. Some of these values here are different, the textures are different, but the overall process is the same. Okay, very good. So, with fabric, we have a material that is not very reflective, unlike, for example, here this faux leather material. So most of these values it will change, and obviously this image does not really work well because it's a wrong structure. Okay, so let's click on the open image, and then here's my canvas folder, and I have here canvas diffuse. This is the one we want to use. Click open. Very good. And we would like to see actually the material, so let's drag this one into there and zoom out a little bit. And there you can see now, there we have a very basic canvas texture on it. Currently, because of the reflectivity, this looks actually more like a vinyl. Vinyl of the print of a canvas. So if we take this reflectivity and set it to 0, then this will look more actually like fabric. I would like to take this opportunity one more time to again take a look at the UV unwrapping and also the tiling, because this is very important when we have images for fabric or structures and we tile it. Let's set this to 20 and take a look at this. You will notice they are actually repeatable elements. So this is what happens when we have a texture and we tile it too much. At one point we will see this repetition. This is just unfortunately one problem with image-based texturing. Let's say you have a wall 10 feet by 10 feet and you would like to texture it. Ideally, you want to have an image that covers something like 10 feet by 10 feet, which is not very often what we have. So we need to trick around a little bit. Sometimes we set the resolution a little bit bigger to give people the illusion. Scale might be wrong, but as long as it works, we can get away with it, or we custom paint textures. This, for example, with a scale of 4 looks actually pretty good. Okay. So you see when we set this to maybe 2, obviously this is way too big. 1 definitely. We can actually go even 0.5, make it bigger. So this is the way how we adjust the tiling. Now, let's go to a front view. And if we really pay close attention, we can see how the fabric flows here a little bit awkwardly. Let's go to a top view. There we can even see this, how this all goes in there. In this view, go to Edit Mode, view tab, U, and unwrap one more time. Notice actually how here along the seam we can see how the material, we can clearly see that there's an edge because the material is at an angle. Let's take a look if with this with these tricks here we can fix this. Not really very well. So What I would like to show you is now how we can better actually texture this. So first, we will take a look at this image here one more time. So why are these things kind of like at an angle? If we take a look at this edge, so all these are actually horizontal edges, no? So this here should ideally be higher, like this and here. So I try to make these edges to be all parallel. So, and then all those edges here, S, X, and 0, we straighten it, and you notice how this actually really fixed the issue. So here, undo and redo. Now you can really see how this works a little bit. I don't want to have these points there. C, middle mouse button does the same to not select something. So this is actually better, no? Yeah, from the front, I mean, we can see here this comes down a little bit. So why is this coming down? Also here we can see that maybe either these points we bring down a little bit so that this is more horizontal, because you see here in our mesh this is also more horizontal. So I hope this helps a little bit understanding what we do here in UV mapping and how this relates to our 3D geometry. Again, keep in mind in real life, if we have a sticker, we just take a sticker and put it on a surface and that's it. Or if we have a sticker and we want to fold it over a bottle, we just fold it over it. Now, in computer graphics, however, the software has absolutely no idea how I want an image to flow over a surface. This is why we do something like with the UV unwrapping and map it over this way. Now we turn this on here or this, there we kind of like flip actually the texture, so we do not get this symmetry effect. So this is actually then from a distance pretty good. Okay, so let's take a look at what does make something look fabric. And essentially, it's kind of not really that reflective. Well, we can add a little bit of roughness, and obviously too, because it's not a soft surface. And it also has like a bump mapping to it based on how strong this material is, or how fine is the weaving, how fine is the thread. All that is something to consider. Oops, this was too much. .001. Yeah. Okay. To really judge something well, the way how the material works, you really want to rotate sometimes UV a lot. I'm not doing this in this demo just to have something moving, but this is really more, I'm paying attention to how highlights and shadows are created from different viewpoints. Okay, so let's say this is actually good for demonstrating how we can set up a basic material for fabric. And this is, if you then have jeans, if you have cotton, it's literally all the same. It's just a different texture we have to load. And I hope you noticed that the big difference to the leather is just different image, and then also here the specularity is different, and we use actually in this case this image also to give this a color. That's it.